Hey everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Deborah. I am so sleepy. I was about to sleep, then I had the 2 news. Oh my freaking goodness, which I am so happy about. And since then, I haven't slept, so my eyes hurt really bad, and I need to go shopping for the house. But that aside, my name is Deborah, and just like Deborah, who cares about your house? Okay, I am here to review episode 9 of Pinocchio, and oh my freaking goodness, I have so much to say about this episode, and so much happened in this episode. It was quite intense. Alright, so as all my K-drama reviews start, I'm gonna start from my favorite scenes to my least favorite scenes to what I thought about drama as a whole. But just so you're warned, this time around, many of my favorite scenes had least favorite moments, and my least favorite scenes had favorite moments. So you might find me intertwining them at certain moments. Forgive me for that, but it just has to be done that way. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so my first favorite scene definitely this week that I love to bits and pieces and I just couldn't get over was definitely the part where Inha was with Dalpo, and Dalpo told her to stay away from Jae Myung, and he asked her to trust him, and she asked him, is there something you're keeping from me? And he answered her yes, and she asked him if it was for her own good, and he said yes, and she said, okay, I'm gonna trust you, I'm gonna stay away from him because I trust you, so I'm gonna stay away from him and I'm gonna listen to you. And he rested his head on her, and that showed how much, that was a great symbolism of just how much Dalpo leans on her and he needs her to survive and stuff. So that was really cute, and I just loved that scene. So that was my first favorite scene this week. My second favorite scene this week was definitely when the second male lead, Bonju, finally told the mom about the 13 years messages that she missed, and it kind of made me understand a little bit of why the mom is kind of as she is, because yes, we always knew that Inha had been sending her mom messages and her mom never replied, and we found out at the end of the day that the mom never even got the messages. But to actually see the mom realize that her daughter has been sending her messages for 13 good years and she never replied because she never knew that her daughter was sending her those messages is something deep, and it just tears up something in you that makes you feel, even if it's a little bit of sympathy towards the mom. So I felt for the mom, and I kind of felt bad for her because I felt maybe, just maybe, if she had seen those messages for 13 good years, I mean, she would have been moved at one point or another in her life. That's how I feel though. So I kind of felt for the mom and stuff. So I really liked when he told her, and then finally she went, the part where she went with her food to go sit with Inha at the table, and they had the whole egg sharing moment, which was really interesting because it made me feel like Dalpo started his whole egg eating habit because of Inha and her mom's situation, and to make up for the loss that Inha felt with her mom's absence. But yeah, I really like that scene. My third favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where Dalpo was with his brother and he made his brother tell him the truth, and he was recording it on his phone and also recording it on his Thai stuff. And when his brother took the phone, I'm like, bro, you're so late, because Dalpo has something else that he's recording with. But it brought me to another least favorite scene, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I really like that he was recording it somewhere else. He was smarter than the brother, because we all know that Young is also really smart. Now let's go to my fourth favorite scene this week. My fourth favorite scene this week, which might shock you guys, and you're like, Deborah, how can you have liked that scene? But I also disliked that scene, and I'll get to why I disliked it later. But my fourth favorite scene this week was definitely Inha finally realizing what type of a cruel woman her mom was. I was just so happy that she could finally see the truth and see that this woman is not as perfect as you see her as. She has her flaws just like everyone else, so you need to like go low on the level of respect and crazy adornment that you have for her. And I was really glad when she finally confronted him about it. She confronted Dalpo and he admitted to the fact that this was who he was. But yeah, those were my favorite scenes. Now let's go to my least favorite scenes. My number one least favorite scene this week was definitely the scene that got me crying and I just couldn't handle it, was the flashbacks. But I loved how they did the flashbacks though, because it intertwined the moments that we had so many questions about what happened, e.g. what happened when the brother went for the interview, why did he suddenly disappear, but it was all answered in the flashback, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I really did not like seeing the whole flashback of his dad dying and everything all again. It was really sad to experience that once more and it was really heartbreaking, so I didn't like that scene. My second least favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where Inha went to meet Dalpo and she told him, dude, are you who you are? Are you the son of blah blah blah? And she was really sad and she was crying and stuff, so that was really sad and I didn't like that scene and I'm just like, please don't break up, please don't break up, please don't break up. But yeah, that scene was really touching and really sad. That was my second least favorite scene. My third least favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where Dalpo decided to take matters into his own hands by not telling the truth about his brother and hiding the truth. He let me down so much. I can't even begin to explain how much Dalpo let me down, because this is someone that is talking about reporters not reporting the truth, but you yourself, you're not doing that. You should practice what you preach and stuff. So I really felt for him and I just didn't like that scene and I'm like, no Dalpo, this is not the way to go. And immediately that happened, he made that decision, the truth started coming out to people and people started finding out the truth, which is really sad because you can't hide something forever. At the end of the day, the truth will come out. So yeah, I didn't like that scene. Now let's go to what I thought about the drama as a whole. Now let's start with the flashback. Like I said, I really liked how the flashbacks brought in and laid out the missing pieces of that we had, e.g. what happened with the shoe and the brother, what happened with the interview, what was the interview about, why was he missing. So I like how this flashback was not unnecessary. Like normally K-dramas, when they do flashbacks, you see us all complain like this was not necessary, we didn't really need a flashback, we realized what happened. But this was a flashback to bridge gaps, so that was really good. So I really like that about this flashback. Now let's go to Inha's character this episode, and then Dalpo's character, and then Jae-myung's character, and Cha-ok's character. So Cha-ok's character this week, I like how they tried to redeem her before the huge conflict is gonna come, or climax that's gonna come her way, in the terms or in the disguise of Jae-myung, in that we've always thought of her as someone cruel and someone bad, but finally we're beginning to see some vulnerability in her and that she might actually love her daughter. But there must be a backstory, like I always say regarding Cha-ok. I really want to know what's her backstory. Why did she choose her career over her daughter? Was it just because that's just who she was and stuff? And so I really want to understand that. But also something I found really interesting was in this episode we could see why, like, it was easy for us to understand why Cha-ok could see that the brother's family was duping the people of South Korea, because she has a daughter who's a Pinocchio and she's used to the truth being the truth. When the Pinocchio says this is it, this is it. So obviously when that Pinocchio told her that this is what this is, that was what she immediately thought that it was, and she immediately believed it was that way because she has experienced something like that with her daughter, and her daughter's a Pinocchio, and when her daughter tells her the truth, she knows when it's the truth and when it's a lie. And also it makes you think about Jae-myung too, who Jae-myung was so sure about his dad being a good man and his dad couldn't do any wrong. He didn't want to believe a stranger because of his experiences with his dad, and that his dad has always been good. So it makes you see both sides and both perspectives, and helps you kind of understand where both of them were coming from. I mean, like, yes, her ambition is there, but it also has to do with the fact that she has experienced her daughter being a Pinocchio and what being a Pinocchio entails. For Jae-myung's character though, I love how finally Dalpo has realized that his brother might be evil. No, his brother has actually done wrongs and stuff. But I feel like Jaemyung's character right now, there is no redemption for him, because right now I feel he's gonna go all in and go after Cha-ok and go after In-ha, and that is gonna be really bad for him though. Right, so for In-ha's character, I was so happy with In-ha's character in this drama, because in this episode, because it showed her character showcased how much she trusts those that she loves, which sometimes can be a bad thing, but in this situation it's a good thing. And she also, when she found out the truth about her mom and about what's his name, Dalpo, her first reaction was to protect him and be there for him, and she was really sad, and she immediately understood why everything that has been happening has happened the way it has happened, and she brought back all those memories and pieced everything together beautifully, and she understood him and she felt so bad for him. So I really loved how her character is gonna be the rock that he needs to lean on, the tree he needs to lean on, and is gonna be the one to protect him. And I feel right now this is building In-ha's character as one of the real main characters. Not that she wasn't before, but it's giving her a more solid ground as someone really important, minus just being the daughter of the person that ruined the image of Dalpo, but also as that stone or that tree that Dalpo needs to lean on, that Dalpo needs to still keep him on the good side and not go over the edge like his Hyung has gone over the edge. So I really like that about In-ha's character this week. And then Dalpo's character, though it disappointed me, but you could see his vulnerability and how much he was broken, and he really needs In-ha's strength to survive, and it's because of In-ha he survived. So I thought it was pretty beautiful how it was showcased how he survives because of her, and she needs him, and how she finally realizes just how much he protects her and he's been protecting her, and just how much he loves her, because this shows her just how much he protects her, in that, oh my goodness, he could have told her what a horrible person her mom is, all the things that her mom has done, but he decided to protect her by not telling her. And it also shows just how much he loves her, because he started this whole reporting thing because of her, even though he's been through so much with his family and he hates reporters and he can't stand reporters and stuff, even though his reason changed finally for why he's still doing this, but it started because of her. So that's gonna show so much to her of how much he loves her and he's there for her, and now it's her turn to give back what she's been given. But remember how I stated that I might not necessarily like Bumju's character? I found myself loving him. I found myself starting to fall for him, and I definitely loved what he did in this episode, pushing In-ha into the elevator next to her mom, pushing Cha-ok next to her and pulling her out and telling her the truth about her daughter. So Bumju definitely regained whatever he might have lost with me in terms of all that, like because of what he did. But yeah, I thought that was really selfless, and I just love how Bumju's love for her is so honest, and he doesn't really want anything but to make her happy and to see her being happy. That just says a lot about how selfless his love is for her and stuff. Well, he wants her to love him back, but not necessarily. What's most important to him is just seeing her happy. So he definitely won my heart with that and stuff. I had to give it to him. Another thing I really loved about this episode is the fact that everyone found out so fast. Like Chansu found out the truth about the brother and he's beginning to see connections, and the reporter girl is beginning to see connections, so other people can also go ahead on the case and hopefully help Dalpo seek real justice for his brother, and not just hide the truth, but actually allow the truth to be told that his brother did something wrong and stuff, and let justice be served the right way. So I like that other people are finding out so fast and stuff, so the truth is not hidden, and Dalpo does not lose his ideals. Yeah, so this week was a pretty intense episode. It had like really climatic, intense moments that kept us at the edge of our seats. I love how the romance is there, but the romance is not the main theme of the drama. There's more to it than just the romance. And even when bad things happen to us, to the romance in the drama, they still give us a hope that at the end of it all, they still smile and they get over it and they walk through it. Because right now, what both Daopo and Inha are about to face is bigger than all that, and they need to stay together in order to confront this beautifully and get over this bridge and stuff. So I really like the whole significance of her telling Daopo about her dad finding out about them dating if they go back home, and Daopo saying, yeah, I'm never gonna leave you, I'm gonna fight for you, and I'm still gonna be there for you. So that signified something big that makes me question Inha, will you do the same for Daopo with your whole mom situation? And I like that she didn't let us down at the end of the day when she went to meet him, because that ending to me signified that, hey, I've got your back, I'm with you, I'm not letting you down, I understand all you've been through, and I'm gonna be here for you. So I really pray that she really sticks to that and she stays by him, and the writer doesn't break them up for whatever reason, and he still keeps them together as they confront this bridge together. But I really like the pace of this drama, how they are not keeping any secrets at all, and they're just bringing out all the secrets and not using the secrets to drag the drama, and just letting out all the secrets and letting the secrets build the revelation of the secrets, build the climax, even for greater things to be spilled out and to be brought our way. So far this has been a really good episode. I love this episode. This episode was filled with tears, it was filled with happiness, it was filled with so many emotions, but this writer has been doing a great job. I have to give it to the writer. But yeah, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to share, subscribe, keep being the awesome beautiful people you are. From me to you, you know I've got some love for you. Peace. Okay, let's do something else.